The notification came at 3:12 a.m. A single message lit up the screen. They're saying a live video was sold. No link. No proof. Just a sentence heavy enough to shake an already grieving internet. And once again, the name Yu Menglong surged back into trending lists, not because of a tribute, not because of a memorial, but because of a rumor so disturbing that it reignited global tension tied to September 11, 2025. If you're watching right now, here's what you're going to get from this deep dive. You'll understand how a single unverified claim spiraled into international headlines. You'll see how digital marketplaces can amplify chaos in seconds. You'll learn why US authorities reportedly began monitoring cross-border content distribution tied to sensitive material. And most importantly, you'll see how tragedy can be exploited in the age of viral monetization. Stay with me, because this isn't just about a rumor. It's about how the internet reacts when grief collides with profit. The claim spread like wildfire. Anonymous accounts began posting that an alleged live recording connected to the events surrounding September 11, 2025 was being sold in private online channels. The wording varied. Some called it exclusive footage. Others described it as real-time documentation. No verified source confirmed the existence of such material. But that didn't stop the panic. Screenshots circulated showing alleged payment requests in cryptocurrency. Posts hinted at overseas servers. The narrative escalated quickly from rumor to underground operation. And then came the international angle. Several digital watchdog accounts claimed that US-based cybercrime monitoring units had flagged suspicious transactions linked to the alleged sales. The phrase "US takes action" began trending in dramatic thumbnails. But what does that actually mean? In situations where sensitive or illegal digital content is suspected of being sold across borders, US agencies like the FBI or Homeland Security investigations often monitor suspicious payment activity, especially if cryptocurrency or US-hosted platforms are involved. Monitoring doesn't equal confirmation of the content's authenticity. It means financial patterns triggered alerts. That distinction matters. Because online, nuance disappears fast. The emotional weight of September 11, 2025 made the rumor particularly explosive. That date already carried grief. The suggestion that someone could be profiting from alleged live footage connected to that day felt deeply offensive to many fans. Outrage replaced curiosity. Comment sections filled with anger. How could anyone sell something like this? Is nothing sacred anymore? Why are platforms allowing this? At the same time, skeptics questioned whether the entire claim was fabricated to generate clicks and scam money from desperate viewers. That's the dark side of viral tragedy. Scammers often exploit emotional events by inventing exclusive material and charging access fees for content that either doesn't exist or is unrelated. And when rumors spread fast, fear spreads faster. Digital marketplaces can operate in layers, public platforms, encrypted messaging apps, invitation-only forums. When whispers of sold footage appear, even if unverified, it prompts global scrutiny. Reports circulated that certain payment links were disabled. Alleged seller accounts vanished overnight. Again, disappearance fueled speculation. Was there a real crackdown? Or were scammers simply deleting evidence after attention grew too intense? Without official public confirmation detailing a specific case, much of the story remains shaped by online interpretation. But here's what is very real. Cross-border digital sales of illicit content can trigger international cooperation. US agencies frequently collaborate with foreign counterparts when suspected exploitation or fraud crosses jurisdictions. That's not dramatic storytelling. That's standard cybercrime protocol. And in the wake of a tragedy like September 11, 2025, monitoring intensifies to prevent misinformation and exploitation. Still, the rumor itself became the headline. Livestream commentators speculated about hidden servers. Others warned viewers not to search for the alleged material. Some influencers amplified the claim without verifying it, ironically increasing demand for something that may not even exist. That's the paradox. Outrage can unintentionally promote the very thing it condemns. The deeper issue here isn't whether a live video was truly sold. It's why the idea of it spread so fast. After a sudden, emotional event, people crave clarity. They search for unseen details, hoping that more information will make the loss feel comprehensible. The promise of live footage suggests raw truth, something unfiltered. But raw doesn't mean real. And real doesn't mean ethical to share. September 11, 2025 marked a turning point for many fans of Yu Menglong. The grief was personal for millions who followed his career. When rumors imply that someone monetized moments tied to that day, it feels like betrayal layered onto sorrow. That emotional reaction is understandable. But it also creates a dangerous cycle. The more people talk about the alleged sale, the more visibility potential scammers receive. The more dramatic the thumbnails, the more curiosity spikes. And curiosity drives clicks. Which drives algorithms. Which drives exposure. Meanwhile, legitimate investigators, if any are involved, operate quietly. They track financial trails. They analyze transaction logs. They coordinate across borders. They don't post in comment sections. They don't create viral threads. They don't confirm rumors publicly unless charges are filed. So the silence from official channels doesn't confirm the rumor. It simply reflects process. Yet online, silence often gets interpreted as secrecy. That's why this story became so explosive. Not because verified evidence was released, but because the emotional climate was already primed for shock. Think about how quickly the narrative evolved. First, tragedy. Then speculation. Then alleged video leaks. Then rumored arrests. Now claims of international digital sales and US monitoring. Each layer builds on the previous one. Each layer raises stakes. Each layer pulls the audience deeper. But at the core, we must separate three things. Confirmed fact. Procedural monitoring. And viral rumor. Blending them creates drama. Separating them creates clarity. And clarity is what prevents harm. The internet doesn't slow down easily. But moments like this demand caution. If illicit content were truly being sold, reporting it to platforms or authorities would be the responsible action, not purchasing it, not resharing it, not amplifying seller accounts. Because exploitation thrives on attention. And tragedy should never become a product. As of now, widely accessible, verified public documents detailing a confirmed live video sale tied directly to Yu Menglong's September 11, 2025 case have not been released. That's important. Because responsible storytelling means acknowledging uncertainty. The saga continues to evolve. Rumors rise and fall. Accounts appear and disappear. But what remains constant is the emotional imprint of that day. And perhaps that's the deeper lesson here. When grief meets the internet, narratives multiply. Some are rooted in truth. Others are born from shock. A few are manufactured for profit. Our role as viewers matters. Every click signals demand. Every share extends reach. Every comment shapes perception. Now I want to hear from you. Do you think rumors about live videos being sold are more likely scams exploiting emotion or signs of something more serious? Should international agencies publicly clarify when monitoring begins to stop speculation, or does silence protect investigations? And how do you think fans can protect a loved public figure's legacy in an era where tragedy can instantly become viral content? The rumor didn't need proof. It only needed timing. And the timing was explosive. Part 1 of this saga isn't about confirmed sales or official indictments. It's about the moment a single claim that a so-called live video connected to September 11, 2025 was being sold online collided with raw emotion and spread like wildfire. The night it started, everything felt normal. Then a post appeared in a private forum. Exclusive live footage available. Serious buyers only. No preview. No verification. Just a price tag and a whisper that it was tied to the final hours surrounding Yu Menglong. That was enough. Within minutes, screenshots escaped the private forum and landed on public timelines. The phrase live video sold began circulating faster than anyone could trace its origin. Shock turned into outrage. Outrage turned into obsession. People weren't just asking if it was real. They were asking how anyone could even attempt something like that. The emotional gravity of September 11, 2025 made the rumor feel heavier than it might have otherwise. That date already carried grief, confusion, and unanswered questions. The suggestion that someone might be profiting from alleged footage tied to it felt like a violation. And when emotions run high, the internet moves fast. Comment sections exploded. Who would buy this? Is this even legal? Why aren't authorities stopping it? Some users claimed cryptocurrency wallets were attached to the alleged sale posts. Others said encrypted messaging apps were being used. A few insisted the content was hosted on overseas servers to avoid regulation. None of those claims came with publicly verified documentation. But repetition made them feel real. That's how viral narratives grow. They don't need confirmed facts at the beginning. They need momentum. The idea of a live video carries a powerful psychological pull. Live suggests raw, immediate, unfiltered. It promises viewers something authentic, a window into a moment frozen in time. But that promise is also dangerous. Because in moments of tragedy, authenticity becomes sacred. And sacred things should never be commodified. As the rumor spread, digital watchdog accounts began posting warnings. They urged followers not to click suspicious links. They cautioned that scammers often exploit emotional events by advertising non-existent exclusive footage. That's an important detail. After major public tragedies, fraud attempts spike. It's a documented pattern in digital crime analysis. Scammers know people are vulnerable, curious, desperate for information. They craft dramatic captions and charge access fees for content that either doesn't exist or has nothing to do with the event. So part 1 becomes less about whether the footage was real and more about why the rumor thrived. It thrived because grief leaves gaps. And gaps invite speculation. Fans revisited timelines from September 11, 2025. They replayed interviews. They searched for details that might align with the idea of a live recording. Each small inconsistency in memory became potential proof in someone's mind. Meanwhile, the alleged sellers remained faceless. Anonymous usernames. Temporary accounts. Disappearing payment links. Every time a link vanished, people interpreted it differently. Some saw it as evidence of a crackdown. Others believed it meant the content had been sold out. A few suggested authorities were monitoring transactions across borders. And that's where the international angle intensified the drama. Reports began circulating that suspicious financial activity connected to US-based payment systems had triggered monitoring. The phrase US takes action started appearing in headlines. But monitoring doesn't equal confirmation. When digital marketplaces show unusual patterns, especially tied to sensitive keywords, algorithms flag them. Financial institutions review transactions. Platforms suspend accounts. Those are routine digital safety measures. Yet online, routine becomes dramatic. The narrative shifted from "is this real?" to "why are they watching?" And whenever the word watching enters the conversation, tension follows. There's a scene that perfectly captures the emotional atmosphere. A fan sits alone, phone in hand, debating whether to click a link claiming to contain the footage. Their heart pounds. Part of them wants answers. Another part feels uneasy. They hesitate. That hesitation is the turning point. Because the true power in this story lies not in the alleged video itself, but in the choices people make around it. Every click fuels algorithms. Every share increases visibility. Every comment keeps the rumor alive. In the days that followed, several accounts promoting the alleged sale disappeared. Payment links were disabled. Threads were locked. The rumor didn't vanish, but it fragmented. Some declared victory, believing authorities had shut down a dark operation. Others insisted it was all an elaborate scam from the start. Without transparent, publicly released case details confirming an actual sale tied directly to September 11, 2025, the narrative remains built largely on online claims. And that uncertainty is uncomfortable. But it's also revealing. It reveals how quickly tragedy can transform into digital commodity, even if only through rumor. It reveals how easily emotional audiences can be targeted. And it reveals how silence from official channels can create a vacuum that speculation rushes to fill. The legacy of Yu Menglong deserves reflection, not exploitation. Yet in the age of viral content, lines blur. Headlines compete. Thumbnails scream. Algorithms reward drama. And sometimes, the most shocking element isn't the rumor itself. It's how fast we believe it. Part 1 of this saga is a mirror. It shows us our curiosity, our vulnerability, our hunger for closure. It also shows the darker side of digital ecosystems where tragedy can be packaged as product within hours. September 11th, 2025 remains the emotional anchor beneath all of this. That day's impact cannot be reduced to viral speculation or alleged marketplace schemes. But when grief lingers, any whisper of hidden footage feels significant. That's why the rumor spread. Not necessarily because it was confirmed, but because it tapped into unresolved emotion. And unresolved emotion is powerful. As viewers, we stand at a crossroads in moments like this. We can amplify unverified claims, or we can demand clarity. We can chase shock, or we can protect dignity. The story may continue evolving. More rumors may surface. More headlines may flash. But Part 1 reminds us of something critical. Before asking, where can I find it? We should ask, should this even exist? Now I want to hear from you. Do you believe the live video sold online claim was likely a scam exploiting grief, or do you think there may have been real content involved? If you saw a link claiming to contain sensitive footage tied to September 11th, 2025, would you report it, ignore it, or investigate further? And do you think the constant rumors are helping people process the loss or preventing real closure? Drop your honest thoughts in the comments below. Let's keep the discussion respectful and thoughtful. If this continuation kept you engaged and gave you a deeper perspective on Part 1, make sure you like this video, share it with others following the story, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss what unfolds next. Your voice matters. Let's talk.